Namaste, Steve here at innerconsciousness.com. How are you? Just wanted to make a very quick video. I was thinking as I got ready this morning um, about practice and habit. And so much of what we do in our lives is habitual. And we don't really think about what it is that we're doing. This is the nature of subconscious versus conscious thinking. We go through patterns and repetition in our lives and we don't apply awareness to what it is that we're doing. When we do this, we develop habits and patterns in our lives. Oftentimes, they become habits that we would consider bad or habits that we don't necessarily want, and we're developing them unconsciously. So when the habit sets in, we're unaware that we've developed this skill. By placing conscious awareness on the things that we do every day, it allows us to become more conscious of the habits that we're creating in our lives. It also gives us control over deciding what habits we want and figuring out a way to create them. And the only way that you create good habits is through practice. What I like to call practice with intention, where you're focusing awareness on what it is, the skills that you're actually working on developing. An example of this is every morning when I get up in the morning, I meditate. I do about 20 to 30 minutes of meditation every morning. And when I first started doing this, I had to force myself to do it. I'll be honest. It made me feel good, but like so many things, I would wake up in the morning, and especially in the wintertime where it's cold and I don't really want to get up and I'm kind of tired, it would be much easier to just roll over and go back to sleep. And I think a lot of people experience this in their lives. There's always a reason, there's always a thought that can keep you from doing what you want to do. But the truth of the matter is that I dedicated myself to applying the practice of meditation into my life. It was something that I needed to do for relaxation, for better connection with my inner voice, my inner self, my inner consciousness. And I really wanted to dedicate my time and my efforts to improving myself on the inside first. So I developed a practice of meditation where even if I had to drag myself out of bed and force myself to do it, I would do it. And then when practice was over, when the meditation had ended, I felt so amazing, so much better. I couldn't believe that I almost missed this opportunity simply because my mind told me, well, it's so much warmer in bed, and why do you want to get up, and what does this really do anyway? All of that chattering monkey mind thought that we experience from time to time, or all the time, as it wasn't the case for me. So the idea behind practicing something is what I wanted to put out to you guys today. Think about things that you want to develop, skills that you want to develop in your life, whatever that may be, whether it's work-related, whether it's personal. I know a lot of people talk about being present, and that's something we can talk about in another video, but if you're working on being focused on the present moment, again, it's practice. Being aware and practicing a skill. That's how you develop and create good habits, where it becomes second nature to you. You don't have to focus your attention on doing something because you've practiced the skill, you've developed it, and now it's second nature. That can be anything. Thinking positively. Again, when I started focusing my life in a positive direction, I had to be very conscious about when I was being negative and when I was about to post something or say something or think something negative. I had to be very aware and practice replacing those thoughts with positive thoughts, and eventually practicing being able to relinquish those thoughts altogether to allow more positivity into my life. So it was all about practice, and the point of this video is to just get you thinking about what it is that you want to develop, a skill that you want to develop. What do you need to do that? What do you need to develop? What skills do you need to develop in your life to create that habit or to break that habit? Because you can unlearn habits the same exact way. You have to understand what you're doing that's developing that habit, and then you need to stop doing that. Or you need to do something differently and force yourself initially in the beginning to do it differently, and then eventually over time and through repetition, you're going to develop new skills. And when you develop new skills, you develop new habits. So think about what it is that you want to change. Figure out what you need to do to develop those habits in your life, and then practice, practice, practice. Namaste.